Hi everyone, and welcome to a brand new week. Now I know for some of you, you're going to be watching this in the classrooms, and for some of you, you're going to be watching this from home. But wherever you are, good morning, and I hope you've had a lovely weekend. Now, before we get going and have a look at what this week's value is, we, as all of the staff and a family of Franche, just want to say how incredibly proud we are of each and every one of you. Last week was a very, very quick surprise and turnaround with everything that happened, and we can't thank you enough for your patience and your support, and we are super, super proud of everything that you've achieved in such a short space of time. So, I've had a little bit of a chat with Mrs. Dixon and the rest of the SLT team, and we've all agreed that each and every one of you is going to get an extra dojo point for your aspiration for being so resilient and so understanding with everything that's been taking place.
So, which value are we on this week? Last week was all about family, so that means, that's right, this week we're looking at the value of respect. But can you remember what respect means?
The word respect comes from two Latin words, re meaning back and specarere meaning to look. So the meaning of our modern word seems to have developed from an idea of looking back at, regarding or considering someone or something. Today, the word means to value someone highly for what they say or do, or to treat people politely and thoughtfully to show we value them. Can you think of the people in your life who you value and respect? Mutual respect, or sometimes known as tolerance, understanding, dignity, loyalty, even equality, are things that each and every one of us should experience in our everyday lives. But when is it easier to show respect? And when is it more challenging to show respect to others? What do you need to do to show respect? And what do you have to do in order to earn respect? Now I'd like to share a very short story with you, all about a lioness. Now she meets some smaller creatures along the way, and just because they're small, she doesn't believe that what they say and what they do is correct. I'd like you to listen and watch the story and see how the lioness's mutual respect towards other creatures changes.
Respect is something I expect, nothing less. Everyone respects the queen of the African plains. If the zebra or the antelope catch sight of me crouching in the bush, they do not forget to gallop. The elephant and the rhino respect me, and they mind not to tread on my children with their big clumsy feet. Even the snappy crocodile stays clear of me when I come down to drink at the water. Yes, respect is superior, and that is why I was so angry when a pesky little fellow failed to show me respect. Bzzz. The mosquito buzzed around my ears and even stung me on the nose. I snapped at the horrid little traitor, and I accidentally bit my tongue. Oh, how that hurts. Then I struck at him with my paw, such a blow that would fall a buffalo. But he slipped through my claws and was laughing at me. Then he bit me on the bottom. "Oh, great queen," said the mosquito, "bow your head before your master. I, the mosquito, have drunk your blood and defeated you in a combat." I roared. It was an almighty roar that sent the wild beast and the giraffe scattering across the savannah. "Ha, ha, ha," laughed the mosquito. And he flew backwards into a spider's web, and the spider showed respect to his queen by eating the wretched insect. A little while after this, I was sleeping under a tree when I felt something tickling my nose. I opened one eye and saw a mouse had scampered onto my face. "How dare you?" I yelled, and I was about to swipe him a deadly blow with my paw when the mouse begged, "Oh, mighty queen, forgive me. I was running through the long grass and did not mean to run onto your nose or to disturb your sleep." I laughed at this furry creature and said, "Little fellow, I was about to kill you, but you have shown wisdom and respect for your queen, I pardon your sin." "Oh, thank you, said the mouse. "I hope that one day I may be of service to your majesty." And I laughed again, for how could a little mouse help a mighty queen? The weeks went by, and I was out for a midnight stroll, when all of a sudden there was no ground beneath my paws. Thump! I fell to the bottom of a pit. I tried to spring out, but I was tangled in a net. The more my limbs struggled, the more I became entangled. A hyena came by and saw me in this trap. He cackled with his ugly voice and taunted me. "In the morning the men shall come and throw their spears into your side, and then we shall have to find a new queen." I snarled with fury and swore to tear him apart when I was free from the snare. But he just laughed his silly laugh. Towards morning I had almost given up hope when I heard a little voice. "My queen," it said, "at last I may be of service to you." I saw the pink nose of the mouse. "My loyal subject, it feels good to hear your well-meaning words, but I'm afraid you must now pay your last respects to your queen, for my limbs are caught in this net, and very soon the sun will rise and the men shall come to kill me." "You underestimate the might of a mouse," said my loyal subject. And he called his wife and children, and together they gnawed through the net. I was free within the hour, just in time to spring out of the pit and give the men who had come to kill me a nasty surprise. And so that is the story of how I, the queen of the jungle, came to respect those who respect me, no matter how small they might be. Because sometimes the smallest of those among us have the advantage over the mighty and the strong.
What we learn is that everyone deserves respect. It's mutual. So if you look back and think about the photo that I first shared of the handshaking, or what we're having to do at the moment with our elbows, spending time and listening to other people's views and opinions is vitally important, because we can learn so much from one another. Politeness has to be at the heart of everything. So even when somebody is sharing their opinion or sharing an idea, we show respect by listening. We don't necessarily have to agree with this, but by being polite to that person, we're being respectful. And Franche, we're brilliant at this, because remember our golden rule: treat others as you wish to be treated yourself. Now, as we said at the beginning of this video, for some of us, we may be watching this at home, but remember, you can use that Franche golden rule consistently through your life. It doesn't have to be just when you're in the French school grounds. Now, one of the best and easiest, but more importantly, most fun ways that we can learn these skills and about these values as we begin to grow up and encounter our local community and the wider world is through games. So on the next slide, I've got a really exciting game for you to try over the next coming week.
We can practice our respect and mutual understanding through a game called the gratitude game. So for this game, you're going to need some items of different colours. This could be some coloured counters, it could be some coloured pens or pencils. You might even want to get a small item that represents each colour. Now, when you've got a collection of different colours, I would like you to think of an example of something that you are thankful based on that colour. You could use the topics that you can see on the screen, or if you're feeling really creative, you could come up with your very own topics to represent the colours that you have.
So before I leave you with our reflection time for this week, I really hope that you can put into practice some of the things that I've talked about with you this morning. It may be something about how the lioness changed her viewpoint with people that were different. It may be the gratitude game. But whatever it is, I hope that it makes a difference to your life and to those around you. Look after each other, stay safe, and hopefully I'll see you all very, very soon.
Sometimes it's easy to show respect, and sometimes it's hard. But when we respect others and treat them well, we respect ourselves and show the world how we want to be treated in return. How can you show respect today?